Hi, welcome to my YouTube video. My name is Iris, and I just want to share that I got accepted into the university that I wanted to go into, and I'm really happy for it. I'm grateful, I'm thankful, good thing. But, I'm senior in high school, right? So it does get a little scary, and I wish that I wasn't so afraid to go to school, I guess, because, like, we're learning, we're all going like through whatever we want to go through in life, right? But like it's a new transition, a new change, right? So I spoke to the principal of the school, right? And I spoke to her about my fears because she's nice and she's understanding, and she told me that the same fear of you have of failure is the one thing that is gonna keep you successful, or is gonna keep you to stay on track so that you're not like falling out of track, like to kind of like you're not gonna allow yourself to fail, if that makes sense. That's what she told me, right? And I was like, you know what, she has a point, because sometimes, well, most of the time, we fear our own failure, but that is also our greatest blessing, because it teaches us to not give up. It teaches us to continue to try, continue to do our best, continue to put in our effort that we have, that we can do, right? So I think that's like the best part of it. Um, One thing that I'm going through right now actually is kind of like what is it, like the burden. I'm doing local scholarships from my area, and it is like a little bit of a burden, because like I'm trying to get all the paperwork done, and you know what, I have it all done. It's just the what is it called, like it's the hmm it's like the now it's like the burden of not knowing if I'm gonna get them, it's like I'm putting all this effort into doing essays, the recommendation letters, and what if at the end I just don't get it? But you know what, you never know unless you try, right? So I'm trying, and I'm doing that. Another thing is that, you know what, I've been missing a lot of school. Because actually I have no real reason. um Mostly, yeah, I guess I've been sick, sometimes randomly sick, so I guess that's that's why. But still, I don't have any more absences to miss. But what I was gonna say is what I was gonna say is I don't know if anyone relates to it, right? But I do, in the sense that I kind of feel overwhelmed with so many things that I would want to do, but then I don't do, and then I just end up being on my phone and scrolling away. I'm guilty of that, because I crochet, and I sometimes sew, I sometimes watercolor paint, and I paint with watercolor, not watercolor paint, but and then okay, and then I like to read, but then sometimes like it's so weird to me, because I can read this book series and I'm so invested, so in love, and I need three more books, because it's a series, right? So I need like three more books to finish, and I'm in in the third to the last one, right? So I just need to finish like the third to the last, and then like the middle one, and then the last one. But then the author's gonna release another book, so I kind of technically need four, but she's not gonna release it until like April. So we're already gonna be March, April. Yeah, so it's fine. I have time. um, but I think, yeah, it's just, I don't know what it is, but sometimes I want to have this ideal life of everything that I do, but then sometimes it's just like, at the end of the day, we're humans, and we can only do so much of how much we think we want to do. But if what you do, you just like the idea of, then how do you know that what you're doing is something that you want to do, and it's not just the idea that you want to do it? Because at the end of the day, what I spend my most time doing is scrolling away my phone and TikTok. I'm a victim to that, yep. Because I just scroll away and I really don't do anything, and that's a problem. It actually is. It is a problem a little bit. It's a problem because it's one, currently 1:46 a.m. in the morning, right? And I spent a good hour, I would say like an hour, 40 minutes scrolling on TikTok because I was gonna feed my dog, and then I just decided to sit on the couch, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm cold a little, right? It's a little chilly, and I was cold a little, and I was like, oh, it's fine, I could just like wait until like the chill passes, right? Except I just scrolled and scrolled away, and I stayed there for a good 40 minutes. And I was feeling bad. I was kind of feeling angry at myself for it. Because I was like, if I just wasted this much time, I could have done this, I could have done that, because I still had to email the questions for the nursing program I want to enter. I still had to do an assignment that I didn't do because I didn't go this Friday to school. And then I also have another pending assignment, but I'm going to do that until I get to school, actually, to pick up the physical paper. And I was kind of feeling overwhelmed with that because I'm like, I just wasted all this time. And I didn't think of wasting that time when I was actually in the phone. It wasn't until after. And then I realized that you cannot go back. That's the simple truth. You really can't. You can't go back. You can't go back and to get that time back, even if you're angry at yourself or not. The only thing that you can do is accept and move on to the things that you can. And you know what, I could have done that, or what I did after that. I got up, I fed my dog, I did everything I was going to do, and I already finished. I finished everything I wanted to do. Granted, it took me 40 minutes to do everything I wanted to do and needed to do to get done, and I did it. That's the simple truth that I did. So it's progress, even though it might not be like, oh my gosh, 100% like ideal life, but it gets done. I did it. Another thing is that I used to wake up at 5 in the morning. Well, I still kind of want to, but I used to wake up at 5 in the morning. I used to be able to read my Bible and then exercise in the morning, and then I'd be getting ready to school by 7, and then I'd get on the bus by 7:50, because I'd be there like at 7:50, so I'd get up in the bus at 8, and then I'd go to school, whatever school, and then I came home, be with my parents or whatever. And I haven't been waking up. I really haven't. And then I did that for a week, waking up at 5. And you know what? I was tired, but that's where I felt the most happiness, in the sense that I was getting everything I wanted to get done. I was getting done. Everything I wanted to do in the morning, I was getting it done, and I loved it. I loved that, having that ideal self plan of life that I wanted to have, right? But I started to get a little bit sick, right? And I started to be my phone because I was mostly in bed and I really had nothing to do. So I kind of used that as an excuse, even though I started to not like my life again. But it's not that I don't like my life. Everything stayed the same. It's just I don't like the way I'm living it. That I just don't like. And I didn't like it because I was wasting it, and I knew I was, because you're not gonna get those days back that you just waste. You're not, and it's a simple, harsh reality that's why I was kind of upset, and then I was kind of wasting more time because I was kind of like upset about it. So like, it's dumb of being upset at something you can't change, but that's what it was, right? And I'm talking too much. But then I realized that it's just something that you just have to accept and move on of. And if you really don't like it that much, then you just don't repeat it, I guess. So yeah, I did that. And I still been reading my Bible, and I still been exercising, right? But it's just not in the ideal sense of me wanting to get everything done in the morning. And it was more of the sense that I liked having everything done in the morning, just because I know after school, like, school's already long in of itself, right? But if you like were to have waited, or not waited, but like if I were to get home, if I were to have been not like if I would have gotten everything out of the way in the morning, I could have been with my parents longer. But now that I don't do things in the morning because my mom was starting to leave me in the school in the morning, so I could have like slept an extra hour, woken up at 8 instead of 7 or 6, and I was waking up at 8 and exactly at 8 to go to school, so I would just have enough time to get ready, and that's dumb. It's dumb in the sense because like why am I not getting up to do all those things? I had to do them like after school, and it closed off a lot of my time, you know. But I guess that is just what it is. It is life, you know. But I guess I just wanted to share a little updated life, you know. Thank you and have a good day.